How is everyone doing today? And in this video, we are going to talk about a lot of things that are coming into Heaven Burns Red. And like I said before, I really don't want to make a just straight up informational video every single time you see a new video pop up. I am very close into wanting to stream the story. I still have to do the interlude. I haven't done chapter 4.2. We got to do a lot of these side story events that I have not got the chance to do. So yeah, there's a lot of things I still want to stream and do so that I can show y'all my fresh reaction, all that different type of stuff. So in the comments below, let me know what time relative to this video, like maybe you want my streams to be at the same times I post my videos usually. Do you want them to be later on in the day? Do you want them to be way farther in the day? Something like that, so I know how many people I could probably try to appease, because I know I can't help everyone because everyone has different time zones and stuff. So I'll have to try to make the best of what I can with what y'all give me. But today we are going to be looking at the characters that are currently on banner, which are about to leave in one day. Something that it really doesn't matter at the most point, but realistically highlighting the characters that are coming really soon, and also looking at the characters we've kind of skipped, because there's a lot of characters that are really good that are just really far or not far, really close to where we're at, and it's just very concerning to see what crazy characters we have very close to us and what we should expect in the future. So today's video is going to be going over the new characters that we're going to get in the Golden Weeks celebration, these characters, and also a couple of ones that should be nearby, and who to basically pull for, because realistically, like I said before, we're in a little bit of a weird spot where there are some good characters coming out, but then there are also skippable characters, and being able to pull towards a specific team, that way you can actually clear content with the way we start looking at, of course, the elemental teams like the thunder team, the light team, fire, all these different characters and all these different elements. You want to make sure you're building towards that specific team. So realistically, looking at Miko and looking at Risa, my bad, it always confuses me when I look at Isuzu and Risa. These are of course the ice-centered characters, or realistically an ice-centered banner with Miko, particularly because she is of course giving the ice defense down, which is going to allow you to be able to give that off for 2 turns. And not only that, if the enemy already has defense lowered, so if it's a regular debuff, if it's I think it has to be defense and not ice defense. If they already have defense down, this is halved by the SP cost, so that means it's going to be 7 SP instead of 14 SP, which would make it super easy to double stack, which is really nice. For the most part, this character is really nice when it comes to the ice team, but you're not going to have the best of the best, of course. With us being at this accelerated schedule, with us trying our best to catch up to JP, this character will be phased out a little bit faster than of course you would want. So you don't realistically want to pull for her unless you like the character. She still has her utility, ice defense down for 2 turns, and having the SP halved when you do so if they have defense down already is a really good thing to have. You should not feel bad if you pull this character already, just because she's still technically a really great character. It's just you don't need her, but if you so happen to want her, then that's fine too. And then looking at Risa, of course, Risa is just going to be the healer who's able to revive, which is just really nice, and that's pretty much it when it comes to the both of them. If you haven't already pulled for them, you're probably not going to. And then of course Akari is the free character to basically pull on. If you haven't gotten her, she's not the most needed in any way, shape, or form, so it's okay to let her pass by, and same thing goes with Miko and Risa. But to talk about the characters that we're going to get very soon, these set of 3 characters are going to be very exciting, because Miya is going to be a really great general debuffer, which we have to talk about a little bit more. Mion is going to be a really nice to have sustain for the most part, and then the same thing with Inori, which they all have their pros and cons to if you want to pull towards them. We're about to head into a really crazy assortment of patches very soon with very valuable and very wanted characters, and then we're just gonna have to work our way through that. So going into Miya, which actually what I want to start bringing into these videos is of course when they post these skill previews, let's watch them ourselves for the most part, which I think is pretty cool. We can react to them all at once, which I think is really nice. And let's go ahead and look at this. My bad, I don't have the sound on. All right, there you go. Oh, the quality is terrible. That's the highest you can go. Dang, that sucks. This one looks really nice though. I like this little 2D background that she has in her skill, but this is really cool. Yeah, I really like this one. It's a little short, but I like it. It's really nice. So Miya is going to be the first character we talk about, and as I don't think I prefaced before, she is of course going to give you the fragile and the target single target defense down for 2 turns, which is really nice to have both of them at the same time. Now the main thing that I forgot to say, which I think is really big when it comes to her being a general debuffer, is that when you look at what she can do inside her EX skill, whenever an enemy already has defense down, oh no, my bad, whenever an enemy already has fragile or their vulnerabilities exposed, SP usage is half. So that means whenever you use this Miya to use her EX skill the first time, her second EX skill, if you were to have the right amount of SP, should only be 7 SP next time. So that means you only need 21 SP to be able to fully buff out or fully debuff the enemy down, instead of 28, which is a full 7 SP that you are keeping to yourself. Hopefully I get the math right. I might be stupid, but that's going to be that. So you do get a half of SP usage, so that means 7 SP once you use your EX skill the first time and it's still on them, which is really freaking nice when looking at what she's going to be giving you as a general debuffer. And when I say general debuffer, is because the fragile and the defense down are just going to help any team that you could possibly think of. Whenever you're building a team, whether it be thunder, whether it be ice, whether it be fire, whether it be light, there's always a section where you can have a debuffer to help out with that fragile and to help out with that defense down. Megumi in this team is doing that exact same thing. In the fire team, we have someone like, I think Isuzu is the fire defense down, which is pretty nice. This thunder team, same thing goes. Megumi. There's just a lot of characters that you want to use to be able to give you that vulnerability. Like Kozoe, she gives vulnerability or fragile. Bongo gives ice defense down. Having a character which you really do want in a team to give you that fragile and defense down allows you to make use of the weaknesses that you are going against the boss with. And being able to have a 2-turn fragile allows you to get that elemental weakness, do as much damage as possible, and also be able to stack it very easily without the use of overdrive if you were to max out Miya's SP cost before the, or SP, you know, points before you start using your EX skills, which makes it super easy to fully debuff the enemy and give them a plethora of debuffs before it's time to nuke them. So this is just overall a really great character to have in a general sense for most teams, and she does get stronger as time goes by. And with the basically looking at her SS1 version that she has in the game, her SS1 version will also act as a budget Tsukasa, because this will allow you to be able to throw out a light field, although a little bit of a weaker field, but this will still allow you to throw out a light field, which can help out light teams. So not only are you helping the Thunder team because she's innately Thunder, I don't think that really matters, but although you're helping most teams because she's a general debuffer, because she's giving you that defense down fragile, you're also helping out light as well. So technically she's a dual typing type of character, or she's just the overall all-arounder when it comes to helping out certain teams, and very heavily helping out light if you have SS1 Miya, which is really cool. Again, looking at Mion, this is a character that really doesn't need too much of an explanation. She's just a really nice sustain to get if you so happen to grab her, and other than that, that's pretty much it. She does have a common skill of SP recovery, but realistically this doesn't matter to me that much because it's a one-hit single target attack, and I just think that doesn't help out as much as anything else. Compared to the AoE ones that some units have, which can help you out in dungeons, this is not something I would rather talk about. And then of course her EX skill is giving you a 150% overheal, which is really nice. And then let's go ahead and look at her skill, because I honestly don't know how this looks, and this looks really cool. Ooh, the whole background changes and everything. Ooh, this is such a cool animation just for it to be a healing animation. This is so cool, actually. I actually like this animation a lot. I'm not too crazy of a fan of Mion, but I do like her as a character a little bit, so that's really nice. But talking about our next character, which is another character I highlighted before, which was Inori. And Inori is a really special case because this is a character who is a little lackluster at first, and then goes on to become a godly character because of the buffs that she gets. And as you can see from the post on Twitter or X, however you want to say it, is that she doesn't have what we assume that she wouldn't have on JP. She still has the wall charge, gains increased crit damage and 50% HP efficiency. So this is a conditional thing that you have. On JP, they actually have deals 400% weakness damage regardless of attribute resistances and guaranteed to crit attack when you have charge. When you don't have charge, you don't have any of this, but you still get the HP modifier even in without charge. But this is only exclusive to JP. This is a buff that she got later on in the game and something that we won't see for quite a bit of time. So realistically, looking at this Inori, the main thing that she will have on launch is that she will have crit damage increase and the HP modifier while charge. Everything else is not going to be on launch for Inori. The only thing I could point out as well is that she does hit significantly harder than most characters. When you look at this 3,000 to 15,000 range on skill level 1, looking at Ruka, another character that has kind of recently released, she's much lower with 2,000 to 13,000 compared to the where is the other one, 3,000 to 15,000. So her base level of damage is going to be a bit higher than most of the units we currently have in EN. But of course, you're not going to get the massive boost that she gets until she gets buffed out later down the line. Now, we have no idea if they're going to move these buffs up. We have no idea if they're going to keep it at the same schedule, same pace. But realistically, this is a character that if you like Inori, if you want to grab her, she is going to be for free daily singles. So you could wait until the end of her banner, of course. But other than that, you really want to start looking at Inori as, do I want to have this character and like let her cook in the background until she becomes busted, or do I want to just wait until I pull her off banner, which is definitely a spot that you could potentially pick her up on. Other than that, that's really pretty much it for the current banners that we know of so far. But to talk about the banners that we are going to look forward to, this is the part that's a little scary, which I'm going to speed through a couple of these because we've already talked about them quite some time. Something like Nina and also Isuzu. Nina is of course going to be a character that just doesn't have as much damage. As you've seen from the range of damage that we looked at with Inori and Ruka, she's pretty low when it comes to her base level of damage, and this is gonna hurt her performance a little bit when it comes to fighting a lot of these other bosses compared to their other like counterparts like Ruka and like SS1 Yuina. You might as well just use those characters if you have them, and not necessarily a must pull when it comes to a light attacker if you are looking for an attacker. And then Isuzu, the main character that would be pullable from this banner because she's giving out this DP defense down on top of a regular defense down, which is really strong to be able to give both of this and a unique debuff that no one else has in the game right now on global for the most part. But to talk about the characters that we are missing, because we are indeed missing a couple of characters that are actually really strong that I have no idea what they're gonna do. Aina is a character that we should have gotten, and shout out to Tojo Fowles, my goat. Aina should have been between Aoi and Sharo and Veridica, which is actually insane to think about because now we're that many banners ahead and she just provides so much to your account that we sadly can't use it. Her common skill is going to be AoE fragile, and then she also has a common skill on her S rank that is going to allow you to be able to get a defense down as well, that is AoE. So she has AoE defense down, she also has AoE fragile, and then she has giving you 50% of your overdrive gauge, which can help basically every team. She is also a general support that is able to act as a general debuffer and a general support. So technically Aina and Miya are kind of fighting for the same spot. Either you're picking up Miya or you're picking up Aina, or you technically could pull both because there is multi-team content in the game. So this is overall just a really strong character to have when looking at what she's able to provide and what all of her other styles are able to give you. Having that AoE defense down, having AoE fragile, and then also getting that 50% overdrive gauge up. And then she only gets stronger and stronger as time goes by, which is absolutely insane. Not only that, when it comes to the banner list that we're looking at and what characters we're looking for, Mari and Ichiko, when it comes to their ice and fire styles, these are okay attackers, not the craziest to think about for the most part. They're really nice to see and really nice to have when, I guess you could say, pulling them off banner, but that's something you would automatically try a pull for or snipe off a banner unless you really love these characters, because we actually have some really crazy stuff coming very soon that in my head I did not think we were that close. When looking at the next few banners after the brides, which there should be somewhere around Yeah, Sharo and Veridica and Risa and Miko. We passed their banner, so this is another banner that we ended up missing. The next characters that we're still missing as well, who have been missing for a very long time, all the way up until Su, Ruka, Yuki, and Mua and Yotsuha, is the Angel Beats characters. Yuri, who's a free fire character that anyone can enjoy because she will act as an attacker. And then we're also looking at Kanade as well, which is a light attacker. Now, the only problem I have with this is that the Angel Beat celebration is supposed to be somewhere in the summer. And that is cool. I'm very excited for that. That's going to be a really exciting time for Heaven Burns Red. The only problem I have is that there are other instances of the Angel Beats banners coming back and adding more units. And the fact that we've been waiting this long for them, I wonder if these characters are still going to be able to 100% compete with what's around them. Because realistically, since we are waiting, of course, for Angel Beats in the summer, this means that characters that are very valuable or very strong will probably pop up around that banner time. And these characters, you're going to be a little scared when I talk about these characters, because Yuri and Kanade, really cool, right? But then we start looking at the schedule and we look at where we're at. We have Mari and Kanzaki, we have Megumi and Kura, Aoi Byaku, you know, all the banners we've had so far. We're missing Aina, we still need Aina. We have Sharo and Veridica already, we passed Mari Ichigo. We are at Risa Miko right now. We also got Akari. We've already done Yuina. We've already done Tojo. As you can see, we kind of went a little forward in where we're at in the banner list. Now we're at Inori. Now we're at Mion. Okay, so we have a couple banners that we're missing after a bit. And we also skipped ahead a couple banners. So we still need Nina. We still need Isuzu. We still need Mari. We still need Ichiko. We still need the Aina. And we also still need the Angel Beats banners. But remember, Angel Beats banners are going to be in the summer, so that is already in their fine line of range of where they're going to be. If we do end up getting all these banners afterwards, so Mari, Ichiko, we get Nina, Isuzu, which Nina and Isuzu are confirmed to come based on the advancement notice they gave us, and Aina also still needs to come. Guess who's after Miya Mion? We have this Yuki, which doesn't really matter for the most part. I will talk about that later in the future and look more into that character once we get the chance. But once we pass this Yuki banner, we see Nina and Isuzu, which we've already said are confirmed to come, aren't the craziest of banners to pull. But after that, 2 banners down, we already see the MVP banner of the century. This is Kanzaki Yingsha. There's gonna be more centered towards Thunder Team's Yingsha's sake, and then we'll pass this Monaka banner for the most part, because Sharo and Maria will be a banner that will be coming very soon. And not only that, we're right here basically very soon. We're gonna be close to Sharo and Maria and Suit Megumi and Suit Tama. Now this is absolutely insane, because the fact that this banner is coming so close, I would recommend a lot of players, if you don't have a second team, if you don't have a third team, so that you're able to flesh out your account, this Sharo and Maria banner is 100% something you want to look forward to, because it's a full, really strong banner to pull on. Because Sharo, for everyone knows this at this point, is going to be the first character to add the weakness to an enemy, which allows you to bring, of course, thunder units to anything that isn't resistant to thunder, or anything that is resistant to thunder. You could technically bring the thunder weakness onto it, which is going to allow you to actually clear content a little bit easier and also brute force your way through a lot of content in this game. She's going to be giving you that overwrite. She's going to be giving you thunder resist down. She's also giving you a fragile too, and then another AoE thunder defense down. This is just the overall must have, must pull thunder unit that you could possibly get, and she's also giving you thunder attack up, which is absolutely insane. And at LB3, you're getting lower defense down by 80% for Thunder again. So like, it's absolutely disgusting when you see all that she's able to provide for Thunder. And then you have a really nice Maria, who is able to use the totem, which is already one of the strongest ways to do your damage. And this just allows you to absolutely dumpster any content for the most part, because you have this Sharo, who's able to give you the overwrite, and then you have Maria, who's able to do the damage. So you have a full all-in-one banner, and then you have Sutama Megumi right after. So yes, we have quite a bit of characters to look at when it comes to some that are going to be a little bit more useful to everybody, like Miya, and also like where is it called, Aina. Mina and Aina, or Aina. I'm trying to get everybody's name. There's so many names to talk about. Miya and Aina are definitely the MVPs that we're currently looking for, in terms of everyone should probably pull these characters because they're going to be very valuable to a lot of different accounts. And then all the other characters that are coming out, Nina, Isuzu, Mari, Ichiko, these characters are going to be, of course, like if you really like these characters, you pull them. If not, it would be pretty safe to skip. And then Yuri, Kanade, they will come out in the summer in the future. And then we have Sharo and Maria, and then Sutama, Sumegami coming down in the future. So yes, there's a lot. I do feel like right now, unless they pull out Aina right after, Aina and Miya should be your highest in priority when it comes to a character you want to pull for. If you don't want these characters, if you feel like your teams right now, like let's say if we go into my teams, if you feel like this team right here is perfect, Saika, Yinksha, Aoi, Megumi as your debuffer because she does have a defense down move and she also has a fragile move as well, then you may not need Miya and Aina. It's up to you what you want to pull for. I do think Aina is a little bit more useful and a little bit more valuable to a lot more people's accounts than Miya, but I do think they're both really great general supports at the end of the day, or general debuffers at the end of the day. Other than that, the rest of the characters realistically can be skipped fairly easily. Nina, Isuzu, Mari, Ichiko, and slightly Kanade, Yuri. It really depends. I'm pretty sure no one's gonna want to skip on that because it's the awaited Angel Beats banner, but up until your road to the Angel Beats banner, it should be pretty easy to skip, unless they pull out, like I said, Aina pretty early, or they pull out well, we already have Miya coming very soon, so you have a lot of time to realistically save for Angel Beats. But the only problem is, around the time Angel Beats comes out, you gotta worry if Sharo and Maria come out, and also the same with Megumi and Sutama. So yeah, there's just so many things to keep track of, so many characters. But remember, this is the video for who you should pull. I've kind of listed all the really good characters like Miya and like Aina for the most part. Other than that, you're pretty much skipping all the way till Sharo and Maria, unless you really like some of these characters that are coming in between. Other than that, that's going to be it. And I really just want to preface again, I do not want to make just informational videos all the time, because I do feel, for the most part, you know, this game has a beautiful story and has many things to react to, many things to look at, and I really want to bring that to the channel as well, because I know y'all enjoy the game just as much as I do, and I want to be able to give that in video form to y'all as soon as possible. So let me know in the comments below again, what time works for you, how many hours from the posting of this video would you like the stream, like, you know, maybe the time I usually post the videos, a couple hours after, maybe later on in the day, something like that, so I know in the comments. That way we can get some streams started, and that way we can enjoy the story. You can see my reactions to a lot of the crazy stuff that's in this game and how beautiful this story is. So other than that, thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. See y'all guys in the next one, and peace.